I see my my microphone audio going nuts while my hard drive is busy trying to shit itself to death. But hi, hey, howdy, how are you? It's me, Tilton. I have arrived. I'm gonna let this title screen rock, because oh, already dropping frames. What a good sign. Gonna let my internet remember that. Like, oh yeah, it has to function every now and then, right? So what other demo rules you got for me? What are the demo rules you got? Oh, this? Oh, okay. This is where they show off the wall jump. In Metroid Prime 2, they reintroduced the screw attack. Because they didn't have it in the first Metroid Prime game, but the screw attack has been in the game since, I don't know, the first Metroid at least. Maybe not space jump boots, because I don't know, that might have been added in the Game Boy era. I've also only beaten Metroid Prime 2 a single time. I've only beaten it once. From start to finish. Only one time. So, you're a little late this time? Don't worry, I'm just watching the title screen. I'm speaking to myself, there's absolutely nothing going on. But hi, hey, howdy, welcome back in. Just watching the inferior Samus at play. I was testing the stream, testing the mod stuff before the stream, and the mouse and keyboard stuff does work, and there is a source engine movement style mod, but it doesn't have rocket jumping, so it sucks. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. So it's going to be unfortunately a mostly vanilla playthrough of Metroid Prime through. If Metroid Prime 1 was anything to go by, I don't know, another 4 streams or so. But there was another series of mods that I wanted to do. Well, not a series of mods, it was just like the one mod that I wanted to do in another game. And if I can get that figured out, then I will be having a lot of fun in a game that I play quite a bit. Alright. Let's start up a new game then. My hard drive going nuts in the background. Because it's re-verifying Devil May Cry 5 files. Because that was a game that I was trying to mod earlier. Should I be reading this out? Oh, too late. Oh my lord, my hard drive is going fucking nuts. I would put in like one of my, you know, my big SSDs in there into my computer to replace the hard drive, but that's like that's the 20 terabyte hard drive there, and I can't exactly replace that with my my SSD, but I can feel it like rumbling my whole fucking desk. All right, return to your ship to save your game and recharge your energy. Press and hold L to lock onto targets. We are never going to do that. Unable to interface with door control system. Cannot translate alien text. Access door controls. I need Steam. Just pause. Just hold up a little bit. I'm getting tired of my hands getting massaged here. I fear for my hard drive's life. All one of 5 of them. Lock armor disengage. Destroy locks to disactivate the gate. Gate will remain open once activated. Cool. Really is it? It's getting the work put in. It is getting worked over. I just destroyed all those crates because I had Half-Life on the brain. And everybody knows that you destroy crates. Map data. Once more, the flickering rapidly between widescreen and not widescreen. I think that's a I think forcing widescreen is an option in the Dolphin emulation itself. I will shoot one of these eventually, I'm sure. Look at that ability to aim. Who would have thought? Look at these Fallout style corpses dying in ways so as to present a story. Amazing. Astounding. One day I'll get Fallout 4 to work properly. Today is not that day. Oh wait, some of these corpses are more important than others because some of them have lore. A new lore entry has been added to your logbook. Galactic Federation Marine Corps personal log entry SPC-8 Reeves. Data transferred to your logbook further. Never mind. I forgot that they did that. Never mind. It'll send you wrong with Fallout 4. My Fallout 4 is just Fallout 4. That's the issue. I was trying to go through some spaces in Far Harbor, and it consistently crashes. I've installed one of the ship's reserve power cells here. It's holding so far, but too much activity can knock it offline. Hope we don't come to that. Alright, so we knock something offline. But yeah, if I walk in, I don't know, a certain spot, then my game just crashes. And that's what's wrong with my Fallout 4. Oh no, the dark goop. The dark goop got him. I think my game might be a little loud on my end. Let me turn it down for me. It shouldn't affect the volume on the stream at all, but also the game does sound and look a little bit different because I am in fact playing at 30% faster, just like how I was in the first Metroid Prime. Whenever a charge beam is good in a Metroid game, it's a good Metroid. Oh, look at that handsome devil. If you got 100% of the items in Metroid Prime 1, you could see her hand popping out at the end of the Metroid game. Whenever the screen flickers between widescreen and not widescreen, it makes me giggle a little bit. Gear stolen by unknown creatures? Say it ain't so. Who could have predicted such an outcome? Who would have thought that they have to continuously downgrade Samus at the beginning of every single game? Oh, I see. What was going on? What was I doing? Oh yeah. There's another hole right next to the hole that I wanted to bomb. Get in, Lord. Okay. So recently, for like the past month or two, there have been like United States traffic something or other, like some sort of traffic engineering company that has been going to the top of the mountain, and like every single morning for the past month or two, I just keep wondering what it is that they think as they're passing by some guy on a bicycle going up the mountain. Especially when it's like, I don't know, they're supposed to be traffic engineers or something. It's like, oh, you would think. Get stuck behind them every single day. Well, I might not be helping. I might not be helping because I could be making them even slower, but I have no regrets. But it's also just like, I don't know, they're probably working on some sort of it's got to be something related to public infrastructure or some shit, right? So it's like, I don't know, they see a dude out in the boonies riding a bicycle somewhere. It's like, what can they be thinking? What is it that goes through their minds? What is it that they could possibly be doing? What could be what could be happening inside their skulls? Is like, I don't know. I think about it. Perhaps I think about it too much, but I think about it. Oh. I saw red door and I was like, oh, plasma beam, but I know that the plasma beam's not in this game. Plasma beam is replaced with the annihilator beam in this game. But that Red door is missiles. Blocking traffic for the linemen who are working on the power lines. Oh, okay, that makes sense. I say that makes sense because intermittently the power has been going out. So it's like, oh, well, it seems like something's doing their job, I guess. You were cleared to proceed. All right, cool. Sometimes you just have to scan stuff, I suppose. But also, speaking of biking up the mountain, my normal routine is normally come back home, and then I'm home by like 7:30, and then whenever I come back home, I'm fucking dead. I'm wiped. So I come back home and then I just like lie down on my back in my room for like 30 minutes at least. Just like stare up at the ceiling and think, oh, I have to regain my body. I have to regain my faculties. But I didn't have to do that today for some reason. And I was like, you know what? I feel great. Question mark. I'm suspicious of feeling okay. And sounds like work. It is work. it is a lot of work that I have put on myself. And sometimes just staring up at the ceiling for like 30 minutes is extra work. Does this cutscene have voice acting? Do they have voice acting in Metroid Prime 2 or is that Metroid Prime 3? I remember they had dialogue in 2. Final report on... Never mind. There's no voice acting because each slag is like 2 seconds. Like, ah, yeah, we gotta cram this 160p, no, this 144p video onto this GameCube disc that can only hold like 2 gigabytes. Wait, no. That was a voice. They can talk. They screamed out needing backup. All right. Look at them doing their part. They're crushing bugs. I need to play more of that Starship Troopers game. I played it whenever the first week of it came out. I haven't played it much since. But it's good fun. Okay, so we take this shit for our own, right? They have backup missiles, specially suited for my Chozo alien power armor, right? Why did I come into this map station? I'm not going to need the map. Or rather, if I do use the map, I'm going to be confused by trying to navigate the map with somewhat functioning mouse and keyboard controls, and then it's like, oh well, I'm lost anyways. Restored kinetic orb cannon, cool. Game volume increase? Alright, I can do that for you. I understand that it's a little quiet, but there's also like not a whole lot going on. It's also kind of quiet on my end. I looked at something else. I don't have missiles yet. Do I have to break this thing open? Okay, yeah. There we go. Now I have missiles. Balls. It was a trap. What are they going to do? Make me fight them? I'll do something else instead. Can they hit me from up here? Evil grasshoppers? Nerd. More bees. This part would be cool with rocket jumps. It's like I could jump up there. Or I could like jump pretty much anywhere. I could be skipping quite a few spots, I think. There we go. Wouldn't need the ball up. I would be able to very easily consider just not going ball form at all. Come on. Let me jump. I have to scan something else, right? If he makes it hard to watch, yeah. I could kind of understand that, especially because like the HUD doesn't fully change to suit the increased field of view from the mod, but it feels a lot better whenever you're playing it, as opposed to like normal like 30 field of view by default or something like that. Onward and inward. And I tried a final time to get Metroid Prime 3 to work, but the Metroid Prime trilogy doesn't seem to work very well on my end, at least. So I would have to find some other way of getting access to a Metroid Prime 3. 3 is garbage anyways? Eh, probably. But I would still like to try 3 because 3 was the one that I've never played. Have I done 1 yet? Yep, I just got through with playing 1. They should be archived correctly. And if not, I put them up on a YouTube archive. Yesterday I finished up 3, did the Meta Ridley fight. I like it a lot. I played through Prime several times. It was not like my first time playing through whenever I streamed it a few days ago, but it was my first time doing the movement mod and the Meta Ridley is not the end, but I did start that stream with Meta Ridley, and I did get the end screen. I didn't get the 100% bonus super secret special end where it shows you the Dark Samus hand coming out of the hole, but because I don't have a lock on, I can't actually like dodge this thing. No. Okay. Maybe I can dodge it a little bit. Also, it doesn't have... I can't do quick missiles into for some reason. Because... I don't know, maybe the game just hates me. But I also don't have any missiles left. I tried earlier to do missile cancel into more missile. This is the Dolphin emulation. It is just like a modded version of the Dolphin emulation. It's its own application called Prime Hack that is a modded version of the Dolphin emulator. But it's its own client and everything. Unknown item acquired. Neat. Can't go anywhere except for... Cool. I think this is where I start getting the language thing and... Yours had troubles? Yeah, that tends to happen with emulation sometimes. Like, a lot of it's very CPU bound. Whoops. Me just moving around computer equipment. Extra SSDs that I have lying around, I guess. Yeah, I know that feeling. Fortunately, I have been able to save up to do things and make irresponsible decisions. Be not afraid? No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't anyways. I have a gun. Long ago, in a distant land, a cosmic object fell to our planet Ether. Ether. Drugs? Painkillers? Exploding with great force, a rift was torn in time and space, and a strange power flowed over the world. Where once there was one ether, there were now two. One of light and one of shadow, each existing in its own dimension. It was the end of peace on Ether, for a new race was born that day on the dark world. One filled with hate and terrible power. They are the Ing. The Ing are creatures of shadow and darkness, knowing nothing of peace nor mercy. For decades, we stood against them, yet we now lie on the verge of defeat. When Dark Ether was born, our planetary energy was divided, half for our world and half for theirs. Should one gain... I can read. Before you arrived, the Ing had stolen a device from us, one that collects planetary energy. With it, they have weakened our planet to the verge of collapse. Okay, that's what I thought he sounded like. That's why I kind of sounded annoying myself. He sounds like a bug, probably because he's part moth. But fortune smiled upon us this day, for the energy transfer module is now bonded to you. With it, you can help us restore our world. You're our only hope, Samus. How'd you know my name? You a fucking fed? Should we fall, the Ing will look to the stars for new planets to ravage and conquer. Your species could be their next victims. The Ing have taken our energy to 3 temples on Dark Ether. Find these temples and transfer the energy from them to our own. I have updated your map system, which I'm not going to use ever, thanks. With the location of another temple, there is knowledge there that can help you on your way. I have also updated your translator module. You can now access devices and doors coded with violet holograms. Many lands are now open to you. Prepare well for your Return to me once you have restored the energy to a temple. I will aid you as I can. May the light of Aether shine upon you. Energy fully replenished. Neat, cool. Oh yeah, he also kneels down because he's actually 6 feet tall, and Samus is only 5'11". I think the actual like canonical height for Samus is like what, 6'7", something like that. I remember her being like a really tall girl, and she's been getting shrunk over the years. Maps in this game are dope. However, they are impossible to navigate, or they are impossible to use with mouse and keyboard, it feels like, because like it might be correct, like they might move correctly, but they sure as heck don't feel like it. Oh my lord, eat my ass. Okay, I can aim. I've only been aiming for about 10 minutes. I'm still warming up. Still gotta learn how to shoot at standing still objects that are harmful and large targets. I was not looking that direction. Okay. Skill issue. It is a skill issue. No. Wasn't I just here? How old are you? Old enough. Probably older than you. That's the unfortunate truth for me. Probably older. I can unironically say back in my day and had back problems. Sound like 30? Well, you're not far off. Wait, why am I bothering fighting these things? I just walk in. Oof. They have so much health. Why do they do that? Or rather, do they have that much health, or does the charge beam missiles just do that much damage? Where do elevator? Did I need to go to the elevator? I already went in the elevator though, right? Huh? I'm confused. Thought you were friends now? Yeah, cool, yeah. Oh yeah, I did see that you follow, yeah. I have it pulled up, yeah. Neat, thanks. Thanks for that. No, not the elevator. Bollocks. Alright, that's probably super missile then. While I have played Prime 1 several times, I have only played through Prime 2 like once. And that was several many long ago. One of the lore doors? You're right. Wait. Yeah, yeah, that would be up the elevator then. Although I think I opened up one of the lower doors. I think that's how I got through that elevator. Didn't I? Onward and over, right? Yeah, I did go through the only lore door that I could open. Never mind. But also, weird how the elevator room wasn't marked as explored on the map, which is why I was partially confused. I have already gotten lost, and I'm normally really good with directions. Yeah, like, see, it marks this whole area as not explored, which is whack. And I believe John's science dude wanted me to go to a dark world. So I just went through here. So I think I need to find the dark world teleporter. I'm looking for a portal to the dark world, I believe. And then I can fight Ing that stole my lunch money and get it back. Ah, there we go. There's a purple thing. I feel like I was saying something, but I have since forgotten what it was that I was talking about. If I was actually talking about something or not. Was it of anything important? No, I don't think so. It's weird how the camera points at the end. It points at the door, but then whenever you take control of Samus, she's like staring off over here towards spiked balls. I can't wait to hear Torvus Bog music. I will greatly enjoy hearing Torvus Bog music at 30% faster speed. Just kind of monologue randomly. All right, that makes me a streamer. Oh my lord. Screen bugging out. Why are you doing that? Gift O Gab? Yeah. One of the goals is to be able to just get words out on stream. Wait. Dog? Dog? Hang on. Dog. Hang on. Just hold up. Dog. All right, our dog Nacho is now settled. He's treat and on my bed. He will stay there calmly and quietly until he starts dreaming of chasing, I don't know, birds or something. Pilk is Pepsi and milk combined together. I have been told by many others that it is very good, unexpectedly very good, but I don't trust like that. And also I mostly just drink water. Oh my lord. Sand, help, okay. It does sound incredibly disgusting. Try it with Coke. All right. I have been told that it does okay. It does actually taste good. That is actually not bad, but it does sound incredibly awful. It does sound like a very bad time. It sounds like something that shouldn't exist on this unholy flat blue earth. but I can also like kind of see how the concoction might work the more that I think about it. Mostly because milk is incredibly weird. See, okay, I don't have morph ball bombs yet. Oh yeah, I think I was talking. Never mind, I wasn't talking about a damn thing. I was talking about fighting Chozo. No, not Chozo. Space pirates. Legit. Okay, yeah. I thought it would be something like a float, mostly because the properties of milk is weird. But also, I'm not a very big fan of soda to begin with. Like, I think the only soda that I can tolerate is ginger ale, so long as it's like kind of mostly weakly carbonated. But yeah, I am not one to try the pilk itself, but I have been told that it is good. Now by a +1 person. +1 internet person. I was gonna be so mad if I missed that door and I had like 0 missiles. That would have been the ultimate skill issue. I also don't think that I've had a like legitimate float. Like I always see pictures of floats with ice cream on top, and I'm always tempted to try one because I'm disgusting. But ice cream is in fact mostly milk, from what I remember. Oh my lord. Rather get lit, fair enough. So I only very recently learned what a stout was, and it's like a beer that's meant to be a full meal. It's holy lord, this HUD. I'm about to disable force widescreen or lower the FOB, something, because every time like one of these worm dudes come on screen, it has been a issue. I'm also not really too much of a drinker myself. I have like half a thing of vodka in my fridge at the moment, but it's been like a half a thing of vodka in my fridge for 5 months now. Don't know what it is I would pair it with. Don't know when I would drink it. I haven't really felt like it in a while. With women. Oh, if only. Where do we find them? Off the women tree? Can I get a women plant? I need to grow one in my backyard. Start plucking girls off trees. Morph ball bomb acquired. Neat. So that means I should be blasting my way out of here, right? Yeah. Got a date? Oh, sick, dude. Go get it. We love that. We love seeing W get dates. We love seeing the boys getting out there and having the fun. That is true. Your wife found you in a Wendy's drive-thru, and she was what is it? She wrote, "I'm the blonde one" on your receipt or something like that. Yeah, she was apparently working in the at Wendy's itself. I can. Oh, it's over here, right? I touched the staff. Nope. Okay. Scan the staff. Okay. Yeah, dude's wife was one of the workers at Wendy's, and I ain't reading that. I would any other day, but I do kind of just want to play Metroid Prime 2. Even though this mod of Metroid Prime 2 does not have rocket jumps. I understand, you shoot crystals and they provide sanctuary against darkness. I now have yellow. Neat. Balls. Luminoth lore. Alright, cool. I got more book stuff. Got the best thing on the menu? Yes, sir. I'm trying real hard not to say that cheeseburger though, because sometimes you get a Wendy's cheeseburger at rush hour and it is like just good enough. It's like, dang. That burger was hitting good. It was. They do hit good. You get them at the right time, you get them whenever you want them. It's like, you're like, man, I could really go for a heart attack, but like a heart attack mini. I don't want to go full heart attack. So you don't make your own. You don't make your own sort of artery clogger and then dump on extra oils. You get the heart attack light, and then sometimes I think they might be the only like fast food joint that has decent bacon. Those missile expansions look like super missiles. That's what they were wigging me out for. I looked at it and said, "You look strange. Why do you look strange?" And it's because they remind me of super missiles. All right. I have solved my own mystery. Yeah, their bacon ain't bad. Not that I ever get it, but it ain't bad. It is a pretty solid tier fast food chain. If you're wanting like fast food at this point, it's like, I don't know. They're all about the same price anyways. So it's either you get the Wendy's for 10 bucks, or you get McDonald's for 10 bucks, or you get I don't know, what is it? Five Guys burgers and fries for, I don't know, are they still around 10 bucks a burger? I don't know, it's been a while. I was in college last time I got Five Guys, and that was unfortunately like several years ago. Yeah, I can't do fast missiles. Nope, it's probably like what, 20 bucks a burger at Five Guys now. I still think that McDonald's has like the best fries, which is a calamity, really, but I think McDonald's has to have some sort of redemption. Although their chicken burgers are pretty good. Chicken sandwiches, chicken burger, number 9, spicy deluxe, whatever it is. It has chicken, not beef-ish. 45 bucks at fucking Five Guys, single plate. You're just getting scammed. Five Guys, burgs, and scams. That's nuts. And then I know that like Five Guys fills up the entire bag full of fries, but I was never really a big fan of their particular fries because they were always like, I don't know, kind of half soggy? Weird. It's like they weren't fully deep fried and they were like, you could taste the starch. I don't know, they were weird fries. They were not crispy and salty like McDonald's fries. Have you been to a Central Park yet? Well, not yet, but it's like, it's been a while. Yeah, I could have actually gone to like a decent sit-down restaurant and fries and Sonic taste like cake? Really? Do they coat them in sugar? I haven't had Sonic fries, now that I think about it. Now I can like scan the thing. The Cajun fries, are the Cajun fries sold at Sonic, Five Guys, or Wendy's? Because we have now mentioned about or I mean I have, it's me. I have been saying the 4 different fast food restaurants at a time. We get stuck with the evil foam packing peanuts if we stay outside for too long. Gotta go back in whenever the lights are on. Cajun fries. Those are probably like spicy? Question mark. I am uneducated. I am a rube. Yeah, I'm aware that there are people that are angry in that room, but what if I just don't interact with them and instead just run past them? What are they going to do? How can they stop me? They do look cool though. I do in fact appreciate and enjoy weird looking gross eyeball thingies, things that are on stalks and are just kind of weird. That's the pity for pieces of some skinny meth. Yep, I've never had Jack in the Box either. Is that like a West Coast chain? Because we have like Jacks, but we don't have Jack in the Box. And I have never heard of anybody having Jacks or Jack in the Box over here on our coast. Ah. Oh, I shouldn't be trying to blow that guy up. He has he is a permanent light source. All right, cool, neat. I didn't have to fight that one guy, did I? I could have just like ran past him. Cookout has really solid food for cheap. Ooh. Wait, I have bombs now, right? But I don't have. Okay. That room's a little bit different from the light side room. Okay. Yeah, that required spider bombs. No, spider bombs? No, spider ball thingy. We know the one. Oh man, I wish that having the ability to jump also gave me giant space lasers. Owie, owie. They all have way too much HP, I swear. I'm also not playing on hard mode. This is definitely like normal mode. Just started up the game. Just came back home from GameStop 2006. I'm playing this game all with my completely illegal GameCube. Absolutely legitimate. I read the manual on the way over, on the car ride over. Was very excited to see Samus run. All lies. Went to Claire's, got ourselves a new pair of shoes off the closest dude. I will intentionally mispronounce everything, and I will mispronounce it in a new way every single time. Truly evil. Or dumb, you decide. I can't go anywhere. No, I just got the double jump. What am I doing? I just got the double jump. Let me go. Already left my mind. Or in the good old days? Yeah. I miss instruction books. I miss being able to look at cool art. See, hang on. Actually, I think I have like some old games in boxes. Hang on. Oh yeah. So I have like all the Guild Wars boxes, and inside of them there are these really thick books. And these really thick books covered like so much of the lore of the game. It was absolutely insane. Like, you open up your Guild Wars factions manuscript box, and this instruction manual is 128 pages. It is bigger than most. It is, I don't know, like bigger than most Bibles. But it's like jumping puzzle simulator. No, Guild Wars 1 did not have the jumping puzzles. That was Guild Wars 2. Guild Wars 2 has all the jumping puzzles, which I love. I perhaps might be the only person in existence who actually loves like the jumping puzzles of Guild Wars 2. But I definitely have like my Guild Wars factions manuscript book is very wrinkly and dogged and well used, because I have definitely opened this up many times and read through it even after having beaten Guild Wars factions. That book went in ChatGPT? I don't know. I haven't used ChatGPT. Didn't know that they just like dumped entire books into it. But I don't, maybe. Might have. It feels like dumping a Guild Wars book into ChatGPT would be very, I don't know, obscure? Is obscure the word that I'm looking for? It would have to be a very weird kind of person to be able to say, hey, I have the Guild Wars books. I'm going to put them into the AI. And maybe finally, hot purple ninja lady will notice me. And I won't take my meds. And she'll say hi. Whatever her name is, I don't remember. She's just like on the cover sometimes. I found a key. All right. I guess that was supposed to be something incredibly important. I found it in a closet somewhere. It was collecting dust. Glad I went into the closet. Yeah. 2 more keys required. Oh, ouch, I'm burning. I might die. I might be dead. All right. Turns out the dark world hurts if you don't have the dark suit. I didn't start from too far back. I didn't lose too much progress, I don't think. I have to fight the double jump guy. No. Well, there I go, jumping again. I don't have to acknowledge the existence of that dude, right? Running tests, performing data, obtaining. I do. Turns out I do. He has the keys to the door and I have to get them. Darn. Because this guy also has like a ton of health. Oh, he died. Okay, cool. All right, round 2. Although I'm always going to be in the I'm always going to be in the regen zone, so I don't think that I'm actually in any danger of dying. So, yeah, I remember the multiplayer being pretty good fun. It was kind of like a versus arena mode. I remember, it's like you were finally able to see Samus's like jump animations and all that. And I thought that was really cool. I definitely never played much of it because I was not the one that owned the game. It was my neighbor, and neighbor was usually the source of video games. Hunters on the DS, that was another one that I wanted to play. I hope that if there's ever a like a keyboard and mouse FPS mod for it, then I will definitely absolutely be playing Hunters, because Hunters is actually like the only one that I haven't played. It is perhaps the only Metroid game that I have not played. And it had like all the really cool different bounty hunters and all the different aliens. And I think I remember there being a blue guy that I thought was really cool. And I know that I think most everyone that played Metroid Prime Hunters played Tracer or Trace, whatever the red guy's name was, because he had a sniper rifle. Yeah. Campaign was about 20% of the cartridge lure. Yeah. That sounds about right. I think it was that way for a lot of DS games, actually. Like, for some reason, DS just had a bunch of really good multiplayer games, or a lot of really good multiplayer options for games, like Mario Kart DS. Like, dude, I don't need to unlock any other character other than Shy Guy, because I love Shy Guy, and Shy Guy rules. It's actually like a really darn shame that I can't play as Shy Guy in the newer Mario Party game. I can only play Shy Guy in the other Mario Party game. I'm not going to die this time. I'm not going to die. I'm going to I'm not going to die. All right, cool. I refuse to die, sir. I will, however, take stupid risks still, because I don't want to stand still. I would be in so much danger if I could rocket jump. I have DS from Nintendogs. Could stand in the bubble for like 2 hours. Yeah, I could stand in the bubble for like 2 hours. I could, but I don't wanna. Nintendogs was good. I remember Nintendogs. So, wasn't there like... There was one for the Game Boy Advance that we had. And didn't it have like... I don't know, the dog only lived for like 30 days or some shit? Like, it was unexpectedly like really mean. Like, it forced small children to come to terms and accept death as an inevitability for their pets. It's like, oh man, that reminds me of Monster Rancher. I have to stream that game. I have to stream Monster Rancher and I have to stream Monster Rancher and Jade Cocoon. Those are 2 games that I have to play on stream at some point. Jade Cocoon, I have only played a little bit of it, but it's like Pokemon, except all the Pokemon are actually like really weird monsters, and you can combine them in different ways. Like 5 when the DS came out. Yeah, and we also had like, I don't know, 30 different DSs just somehow appearing in our possession and then mysteriously disappearing. Weird. I should probably run to a save point so as to cover mine own ass. To give myself a safety net so I don't have to redo that fight and all this again. Although I would also like to get the dark suit, which I believe is going to be the upgrade that I get from this next boss after I get all the keys. I believe that's how it works. Died the same way after jump. Yeah, I figured that most everyone died to dark zone stuff at least 3 times on average. There's gonna be like Spiders George somewhere dying 80,000 times to the darkness. I tried really hard. I tried real hard not to say the darkness because I didn't want to attract Xehanort. But it just had to come out. But Spiders George dying 80,000 times in a cave to bump up those averages to 3 per person. Can't go there. Getting sniped, bitch. Aim sucks. Skill issue. Alright, cool. Safe station. Gimme. Let me in. Let me save. Protect me from my future follies. Map? Can map help me? Okay, dog is squeaking because of dream. He is chasing things in his dream. What a good boy. What a good boy that boy is. I love that boy. The best boy. He doesn't even mind whenever I'm gibbering to myself. Pretty cute. Good. Good to hear, dude. What's the date plan looking? We talking dinner and a movie, or is it going to be a house date, or? When was the last time I went on a date? Been a while. I'm out of touch. I'm out of time. I ain't been on them Tinders or them Grinders. Coffee brunch and then perhaps more coffee? I got you. I can't think of coffee dates without thinking of Seinfeld. No, George. As it turns out, coffee doesn't mean coffee. Apparently there's a pickup line or expression in Korean that translates to, would you like to come inside and see my cat? And that's what does it mean? The come inside and see my cat is supposed to be a euphemism for come in and have casual sex. I'm dead. Again, once more, I have died. Never mind. I'm good. Coffee from the Seinfeld? Oh, you know, casual sex. Cause, what's his face? I think his name was George? No, I was George. Yeah, George is his name. Sorry, I got George and Jerry mixed up. It's G's and J's, and I don't watch Seinfeld very much. Catholic? Okay. I'm trying really hard not to say like 5 jokes at the same time, and they're all awful. Where do I go? I think that might be it. I might have to just leave this portion of the Dark World. I think I might just have to go to a different Dark World. I might have to double jump around someplace else. In the Light World. Self-restraint important? Yep, I know. But also, the intrusive earworms. Sometimes they're funny. Sometimes you listen to the voices and push a goblin off a cliff. Sometimes it's just necessary. He's almost dead. I can smell it. I can smell his pixel health. Come on. Come on. I have played Marvel for more than 10 minutes. I know when you're low on health. Ow. Alright, never mind. JK, lol. I'm out. There are 2 of them. I'm not all that invested in fighting them anyways. I can leave. Oh, that door's... Darn it. I'm going around in circles. At least save stations fully restore your energy, so I don't have to wait for an hour or so to get through here. Yeah, I'll just go back through the portal. Or at least down this hallway. I might not have been down this hallway. No, I have. Never mind. JK. Lol. Something about this room looked weird for a moment. Not sure what. Not sure what it was. But it did look a little weird for a reason or two. Oh, we got a cutscene on return. That means I did something correct. Once more, you cannot force me to fight foes. I will, in fact, hit the bricks and retreat. They do not drop fat loot, and thus are not required. I have played Dark Souls a time or two. I know a thing or two, perhaps, about skipping foes, running past them. I do kind of wish that I could run past them with rocket jumps, though. Because I saw that that boost ball ramp and I thought, you know, I could just rocket jump up to the top and skip the boost ball need. But no, I still, there's still not a rocket jump portion of the physics mod. Which is unfortunate because I would really, really love to be playing this with the rocket jumps enabled. That's a map station. Might as well grab because I actually am starting to use the maps. Unfortunately, yeah, I'll go with unfortunately because that means I'm getting lost, and I shouldn't be getting lost. I mean, I know that getting lost is like part of the Metroidvania experience, but where am I going? Where am I going will be the question of questions. Will be the constant question, perhaps. Yep. Over here then, perhaps? Alright. I have a direction. Straight. Because after I beat Metroid Prime 1 and I beat the lady Metroid Prime herself, I did go back and like mess with more rocket jump stuff. Ever played Doom 1 and 2? I played Doom 1 and 2. I played with the brutal Doom mod. So I didn't play it with the DOS version of the game, but I did in fact play and beat Doom 1 and 2. I have also played 2016 and Eternal. Eternal is one of the few games that I play with the ESDF control scheme rather than WASD, because there are in fact a lot of buttons in Eternal. But I haven't beaten both of the DLCs for Eternal. I beat the first one, I think. And then I got physically worn out by constantly fighting marauders that I just haven't picked it up. Sometimes I'll go back and play the horde mode that they have, because sometimes I just want to blast dudes with the shotgun. But yeah, the Brutal Legend, while a good game, is not what I'm talking about. The Brutal Doom mod is really top tier. Neat. I did it. Can I? You see, I see the spider ball track here, but I wondered to myself. Never mind, I've stopped wondering to myself because I can't land on that edge. But if I had rocket jumping, if I had the ability to rocket jump, I absolutely would be able to go up there. Hey, what do you know? Okay, I'm not sure where that mod made that honk was perfect. I believe it. Did it come default with Brutal Doom? I feel like it would have at some point, right? I probably didn't play the that particular mod pack or that particular map pack, but I definitely did play the original 1 and 2 Dooms with the Brutal Doom mod. That might be another thing to stream. Is it you that I'm scanning? Elevator online? Alright, cool. I can take an elevator. I can accept the elevator rather than the teleporter. Neat. Cool. What's wrong with you? Do you know the cost of that high Venetian stained glass window? And then she floats away. Tell me your purpose, ma'am. If it was supposed to be an intimidation check, then you rolled poorly. Oh, I can't wait to get back to Baldur's Gate 3. I love that there are a bunch of games that I want to play now. That, I don't know. Sometimes there are like these, huge draughts of, like, games I don't want to play, and I don't want to play video games. And during those times, it's like, what do I do with my 5,000 games and on Steam backlog? Hey, look, it's a Metroid. It's a battery. Neat. Yeah, that sounds like a, the realistic difficulty sounds like a thing that I would get behind, because I really like my difficulty having me be glass, but also I don't like bullet sponges. So that form of difficulty is really nice, especially whenever you do it like Titanfall 2, where on master mode the enemies have the same health as they do on like easy, but you just take the same amount of like damage, I suppose. I mean, you take damage more often, but the enemy's accuracy is defined by how much you're moving. So if you are constantly wall running, then you won't get hurt as often. So you can still go and move and do shortcuts. No more shortcuts. No more shortcuts, BT. We've already lost you once. But if you're wall running and moving around a lot in Titanfall 2, then the enemies will have less accuracy. And that's a neat touch. I like that a lot. I have to... Where's this scan thingy? I bet it's over here. I bet it's on the other side of the room, right? But also in Titanfall 2, you can't die in one hit. Like, you'll first get into like the black and white screen if you get shot from full health by a sniper or something. So that's also a nice little touch. Because I despise getting one shot in games. It's like, I was thinking about how I had to play Halo 2 on Legendary, and I didn't like how it plays on Legendary, where you have to like camp small corners and hide behind every little bit. Don't play that Doom mod? I'll probably still play it. I just might complain a bit, but I'll probably still end up playing it. Because it still feels like there's a bit of counterplay to it, where I can like maneuver around the sniper. It's just, I would have to know that it's there. And that's normally like the giant weakness of snipers. It's if you get seen, then you should be in trouble. Any percent of Halo 2? I remember there was the I think it, who was it? Was it Critical that put out the bounty for a Halo 2 Lasso Iron mode or Iron Man run? He put out a bounty for that and said that it hadn't been done. Meanwhile, I was doing that as a child for fun because I had no other video games at home. So I was like, all right, well, I have Halo 2 on my OG Xbox. I can play through it on a Legendary, I guess. What if I just restart from the very beginning if I die once? And eventually I did do it at least once. Lasso Iron Man? Lasso refers to Legendary all skulls on. Legendary being the highest difficulty, and skulls affect game in more challenging ways. For instance, there is a skull called Mythic that has all the enemies turned into elite versions of themselves. So they usually have more damage, more health than normal units, and that just becomes the default unit. And then there's a blind skull that forces all of your HUD to disappear. And then there is an iron skull that removes all checkpoints in the game. So if you die in a level, then you restart from the very beginning of that level. It's things like that. That is a Lasso run where you play on Legendary difficulty with all those different difficulty modifiers on. Iron Man refers to restarting entirely from the beginning of the game if you die, which generally comes from other games having an Iron Man mode that's very similar. So I was like a 12-year-old youngin, and I was doing that for fun because I had oh hey, look, first Dark Samus fight. Because I had no other games. Yeah, no problem. I am a encyclopedia, I think, for a lot of useless nonsense. Nerd, yep, huge nerd. I have the glasses to prove it. Oh, she has a shotgun. She's so cool. I want that shotgun. She's flexing on me. Where's her T-pose animation? Can we just like remove all of her animations and just set them default T-pose? Just have her skating around T-posing. I think that would be perfect. Wait, hang on. Hang on. Hang on. The guitar was kind of going nuts. I had to turn it up a little bit. Ow. Oh, she foot dived on me. I thought she was just like going to shoot a bullet, not shoot herself at me. Foot dive. I didn't even play that much competitive Marvel, and I have PTSD of Dr. Doom's foot dive. Ow. She's just better. Stop this. Also, I'm pretty sure that I'm supposed to be able to lock on and do stuff to her, but I adamantly refuse to have a lock on while I'm able to aim with mouse and keyboard. She's armor locking. There we go. What's that one move that Dante has? Where it's like the pillar of lightning with the guitar. Dance something? Alright. Game kinda loud again. Turn it back down just a smidge. Turn it back down to where it was. Now we get ambient kind of spacey noises. Man, I sure hope there wasn't a power-up in that arena that I just fought in. Okay, cool, it was right here actually. And I now have the ability to shoot asphalt. Totally not the ice beam. Anytime that a game is like kind of reusing a lot of assets from a previous game, like Metroid Prime 2 does with 1, I will always think of Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2, and how that was like my first experience with that, and being extremely confused that, wait, you're not Revan in KOTOR 2, but the game looks exactly the same. Oh no. Oh no. I saw it lagging. I see it lagging on the screen. Hang on. Wait. Oh. You okay? OBS, are you good? OBS? You good? OBS? Hello? Is my internet dying again? Hello? Am I going to have to go outside and kick the damn mountain again? It works. You'll live. Metroid Prime 1 was the OG? Yeah. I mean, there's probably a reason why I have played Metroid Prime 1 about 5 times, and then Metroid Prime 2 about once. Kind of the same reason with the Shadowrun games from Harebrained Schemes. Think I'm fine? Alright, I'll take your word for it. Hey look, there's a key. Owie, phase on. Man, imagine being able to just rocket jump up there. I imagine that you would be able to skip most of everything else if you could just rocket jump up there. Okay. So, there we go. Gonna begin your day? Sorry, Freudian slip. Begin your day? Good luck. Yep. Have fun on your day. Hope it goes well. Hope you enjoy. Hope you have a good, fine day, sir. Begin the gay. All my homies are gay. Balls. I'm shooting things again. I shouldn't be shooting things. I should be running past things. Try some pilk, you mean? Yeah, pilk. Yeah, there it is. I will definitely have to. I'll definitely have to add it to the list of things. Yeah. See you later, my dude. See you then. Have a good day. Bitch, open the fucking door. He who guards the way, leave. I shall walk by thee, ye in control. Jam session. That was the name of the move. That's the name of Dante's move. That was what I was trying to think of. That's the one that it looked like Dark Samus was using that particular move on me. Whenever she would throw down a gigantic wall or cylinder of blue energy. Neat. Ow. I'm a fool. I am a fool. I am a fool. I saw the phase on and I said, you know what? It's probably okay. I just wanted to investigate. That one was entirely not on purpose. Just wanted to investigate what was up here. Okay, so it is just like a bomb jump hop across. I didn't think anything else really, but there could have. There could have. Whenever I get the light beam, I'll be able to like supercharge these little motes of light that I'm able to shoot and then like make more powerful, so they will heal me faster and last longer, and also evaporate anyone that comes within contact. That'll be cool. As it is, this is very slow. I forgot how incredibly slow Metroid games tend to be whenever you don't know where it is that you're going. And also whenever you aren't able to rocket jump. Well, I think it's just a property of Metroid Prime itself. Because it does have to kind of be very slow. Because you're on a console. And moving around in an FPS world with controller is hard. Meanwhile, Apex Legends exists. And pro players move over to using controllers because aim assist real good. Oh, did you ever finish playing through Titanfall 2, by the way? I struggle to not use your full legal government name because I know it, but also it's on stream. And it's like, okay, I could broadcast your full legal to the world, but at the same time, that's not a good idea usually. Doesn't bother you, but it bothers me, and that's what matters. No, I'm sorry. Your opinion does in fact matter. I apologize. I'll take that back. Oh, look, light beam. 13-hour shifts, my dude. What in Sam Hill? Ow, my headphones are hurting my ears. They're hurting my ears in a way that I don't like. Ow. Ouch, pain. I remember this one line in the Artemis Fowl series where Holly takes off her helmet and she mentions how elves would have really bad dandruff. And I just thought, ow. What if my ear starts shedding like that? Taking next week off for the baiting? Okay. So, do you have like a confirmed time or a confirmed few days for whenever you're going to be expecting? Because I might also be taking off similar days. Not like the full time, not the same as you, but I'll try and also have a few days taken off to go and be there. If you don't mind. If you don't mind me being there. That bug deadass took the first power shot and took it to the face, and it was absolutely a no reg. Next Monday? Really? Sheesh. Coming soon to a baby popper near you. Of course I come. Neat. Cool. Am I gonna have to bust out the car for that one? Or do I just roll up on a bike? Do I just roll up into like a, I suppose like the next city over on a bicycle? Oh look, the last key. There's totally not going to be a boss there. Totally not going to be a scripted fight here. Totally not going to be something jumping out at me. There it is. Who out here getting their cussies ate? He ate the dark cussy. Be in the hospital until Wednesday? Okay. It is a bit of a journey, but some days whenever I really don't feel like being inside and playing video games, and I just like want to get out, then I have twice now taken the bicycle ride over to Lookout Valley. And that's normally like a good solid 2 hours. So it's not entirely out of the question for me. But also I would like to have some of my own agency, so I probably won't hitch a ride. But also, I hate cars. I'm insane and I hate cars. Gun barrel, so not too much farther. Okay, not too incredibly awful. Like plausible for me, I think. I scared the Shadussy into giving me back the key. So there is a ammo system in Metroid Prime 2. I don't know if you've noticed, but I have 50 shots of dark ammo and I have 2 shots of light ammo. If you kill dudes with your dark ammo, then you get light ammo. And vice versa. That might be one of the more contradictory points of the game, where they have like the ammo system in comparison to every other Metroid game in existence, where you just are able to fire off shots. It is interesting enough, I think. However, if you run out of ammo, you can still use the gun. It's just that whenever you have 0 ammo, you have to charge up a shot in order to fire off a normal shot, and it's usually weaker. They do this so that you don't soft lock yourself. Because there are many light and dark side only doors, or light beam, dark beam doors. Hey, look, an ammo recharge station. I will accept that. And along with power bomb and missile expansion packs, you will find ammo expansion packs, so you're not stuck with just 50 shots each forever. I think they go up to a maximum of 250. The last beam in the game is called the Annihilator beam, and it will use both dark and light ammo at the same time. But it ain't called the Annihilator beam for nothing. I definitely remember it being fucky. I definitely remember it banging. I need Spider Ball? Spider Ball to get up there? Shoot. Where am I going? I jumped down without thinking about it, and now I'm paying for the folly of my actions. I measured less than once and then cut twice. If I had rocket jumping. Once more, if I had rocket jumping. Oh, never mind. I just walk over to the elevator and it comes down. Okay, sure. Yeah. Maybe I should have thought of that. I do want to hit the save station. I do want to hit that. And then I'll be moving on. I'll be going back to the center area. Oh. Can't wait till Echoes comes on to Switch. Hi, hey, howdy, how are you? I would love to see a remaster, especially in the same, if the same amount of effort went into uh, into the first remaster, goes into the second remaster, that would be awesome. Because I think Metroid Prime 2 Echoes already like holds up and looks good. And it would be cool to look at Prime 2 remastered, sorry, in much the same way. I am doing well. I am sitting at home fully clothed in as many layers as possible on a hot summer day. Well, it's not hot nor is it summer. I've lied. I'm a fraudster, a trickster, and someone who ignores all the red battery Metroids. Sanctuary Fortress. That's the one that's in the sky, right? Where you get the jump at the space jump, or is it screw attack? No, it's screw attack, right? That's the one where you have the consecutive jumps and it does the screw attack stuff. Yeah. It has been a long while since I have last played Prime 2. So many things may slip my brain, including where to go. I will be lost. I was really hoping to get Prime 3 to work with the mouse and keyboard mod, because I actually have never played Prime 3, and Prime 3 would be good to experience, especially with Prime 4 eventually coming out. I think Prime 3 had like all the other bounty hunters and stuff. Would be cool, because they had the other bounty hunters in Prime 3, and then they also had all the different bounty hunters with their own stories on Hunters for the DS. No, wait, yeah, wait, I haven't played Prime 3 because whenever it came out, it required certain hardware that I could not have or could not afford. Isn't as good as the first. That's usually how it goes, right? It's not as good as the other two, but it's still pretty good. I feel like that happens a lot with trilogies. One Mass Effect comes to mind. Mass Effect 1 and 2 were like really good, and then we don't talk about Mass Effect 3's ending, but Mass Effect 3 still had merits. But I would still like to experience Prime 3. Especially if it has more cool Dark Samus. The Hunters and Hunters aren't the ones as in 3? Oh, neat. Cool. I didn't know that. I think I remember there being one dude that has gigantic shoulders and a teeny tiny head. And he had like a bunch of balls on him. I have no idea if he actually exists or not. Gore? Yeah. I mean, you could have told me Magellan the First and the consumer of baby corpses, and I would have said, yeah, that probably sounds like him, because I don't remember any names. Maybe. It could be the robotic one. I haven't... Holy moly, I haven't even seen Prime 3 in a while. Like, last time I saw anything of Prime 3, it might have been 5 seconds of the opening scene whenever I was a wee lad of less than 10 summers old, and so therefore wasn't sentient yet and could only remember the SpongeBob SquarePants theme song. And also quote the entirety of Finding Nemo. And Cars, and a few other movies. I don't know. Probably not Cars at the time. Cars might have come later. Either way, definitely wasn't sentient nor sapient enough to have memory of a video game. Treasure Planet, Hell yeah, brother. Remember seeing Treasure Planet and thinking, wow, Jimbo is the coolest dude ever. I want his haircut. And then telling Mom, I want his haircut. Mom says, okay. And then she puts a fucking bowl on my head. And then I, being dumb idiot child who doesn't have a thought in his skull, said, yeah, it's exactly like him. And Mom like wipes off the sweat and is like, I have deceived the moron. Childhood nostalgia ain't it for everyone though. Old Daddy Silver. Centroid at the mechanism. I love that guy. I love Crazy Ben. Also really loved the Solar Sail skateboard. Don't say it. 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 It's a Morbin time. Damn it. I failed. I failed. I couldn't hold back. I couldn't resist. I had to hold back from one joke, and then the second joke crept in. I got hit with the sneak attack. The voices in the head. No. He is definitely very incredibly threatening, leaping around in the sky 30,000 feet away from me. Look at him go. He is like the Hydra at the Silent Lake in Dark Souls. That's how many Dark Souls references this stream? At least 3. Owie. I'm still in the health regen field, so it's not as if I'm ever particularly worried. Markiplier vibes? I will accept this. Which is weird because I don't watch a lot of Markiplier. Even way back when, I never particularly watched a whole lot of other streamers. One in particular I did watch. Sorry, 2. Okay. I have been blocked. Never mind. Lol. Jeremy 985. That was one that I watched, and then his. It probably is the most effective because, you know, it's the light beam and all that, but I am also out of ammo for it. And I have no jobbers with which to murder with the dark beam. Because the only reason for existence for the dark beam is to provide ammo for the light beam. And to open doors. The spotlights hurt. Ow. Alright, cool. You are now faceless. Oh, and I get more health? Oh, baby, tell me more. Yeah, and then like light world enemies aren't nearly as much of an issue as dark world enemies, so you can just kind of use whatever it is that you want on them. Meanwhile, you're also spending a lot of time in the dark world. I definitely remember using the light beam a lot more than the dark beam. Also, the light beam is a shotgun when we fully charge it, and that's awesome. I love shotguns. Shotguns and SMGs are my jam if there's not a rocket launcher. Because I am an old man and I like playing soldier in Team Fortress 2 and using the EP Jesus in Titanfall 2. Sniper rifles, you're my enemy. we are foes forever. How so? It is because I do not like the design that sniper rifles force upon the rest of the game. If there is a sniper rifle that behaves as a sniper rifle is intended to behave. So if you have a sniper rifle, then you have something that does infinite damage at infinite range. And in order to balance that, you have to redo an entire map. You have to force an entire map to be loose sight lines, and you can't have a whole lot of other things in order to keep them balanced. Anyway. I also just don't really like any sort of one-shot mechanic in general. So if you do die in one hit, or if you are able to kill things in one hit, that feels garbage to play against. Like, yeah, sure, it feels great if you can like pop the heads and you get like the gigantic damage and you get all the hit sounds. Playing against like a good sniper is hell. And generally not a huge fan. Also, like, same with, say, like Spy in Team Fortress 2. Okay. Oh, thought it was about to crash there for a moment. Whew. Every time game hitches up, I have a small heart attack. Like, oh, where did I last save? Go with snipers in Fortnite? Yeah. I haven't played the Battle Royale mode in Fortnite, but I was like one of the 10 people that played Fortnite in the Save the World beta or whatever it was. And sometimes I still go back and play it like once a year for like 3 days. I remember that mode being fun. The zombies are absolutely ruthless. Neat, I had the dark suit. Now the dark world is like half of a problem. I can now be extra dumb with my decisions. I could stay out of the shelter of the bubbles for longer. I can collect more black styrofoam packing peanuts to feed my collection. Funny how we're on a whole other planet and we're able to interact with technology using our own Chozo technology. I'll overlook it. Then we go back to Big Tall Moth on AE 3rd. Then I already have like... Did somebody already move? Okay, cool. I'm not going to fight them. I don't have to, so I'm not gonna. And you can't make me. Once more, I wish that I were... I wish that I were able to rocket jump. That feels like that would be a really cool arena to just rocket jump around. Skill issue. Is it? Is it a skill? Hey, look, it's safe station. Is it a skill issue whenever it's physically impossible due to the lack of mod support? That one I will contest. This is the one skill issue that you've put in my chat room that I will contest. Every other time, yes, absolutely a skill issue. Rocket jump? Oh yes, rocket jumping. I am currently playing a mod that allows me to use mouse and keyboard. So I can do flips and I can like actually aim. And it's insane because you would never get that on a console, right? But in Metroid Prime 1, using this mod, I went in circles. Never mind. Other way. Oh, fighting the enemies? Oh, no. That's good decision making. Still getting contested on that skill issue. But along with this mod, they advertise a source movement mod that allows you to rocket jump. So if I were to like throw down a rocket underneath my feet, then I would be able to... I had to shut up for a minute so that I could get up there. I was not going to fuck up that jump for a 5th time in a row. But I played through a good bit of the first Metroid Prime over the past couple of days with the rocket jump mod active, and I was able to do some pretty fun skips because jumping around is fun. It is cool. I like it a bunch. Having interesting movement options is cool. I skipped getting the boost ball because, well, in Metroid Prime 1, I skipped getting the boost ball because I didn't really need it because I could just rocket jump up to the ledges that I wanted to go to. And I got to the room where you would get the plasma rifle, or sorry, not plasma rifle, the plasma beam. But in order to access a puzzle that enables you to get to the... Why did I go here? Why am I going here? I went up here because I thought, oh hey, I haven't been through that door yet in a while. In order to access the puzzle to get to the beam, you had to use the boost ball. And I did not have the boost ball, so I could not access the plasma beam. However, if I did have the boost ball, I could have skipped the entire puzzle because the ledge is like, or the door is really close to the ledge. So I just hopped off the closest wall and went there. That was fun. That was a cool jump. A lot of the small things like that were really, really cool to do. I don't have to fall down there, right? Okay. Die. Okay. I don't have the boost ball yet, right? I haven't picked up the boost ball in 2. I have not. All right. Talking to myself for a little bit. As I should. Come on. There we go. Do I? No, I have to go back up. I see it now. There's a hidden, well, slightly hidden passageway. I've also been playing the Metroid Prime games 30% faster than normal because I have the emulation sped up to be 130% of game speed rather than the normal 100% game speed. So that's also been really nice. It's a subtle enough change that you wouldn't notice if you aren't looking for it, but it is nice to play. Okay, exit here, right. Then I don't think I can do anything on the light side or beyond the light. I can't jump over that. I can't jump over that. Are you kidding me, game? Don't have rocket jumps. Wah. My pain. I'm about to need to grab a drink. I'm about to need water. Did I have to come here? Yeah, okay. I did have to come here. I thought I would, it was either we come back to this part or we go back up to Big Moth guy. Thank you, cameraman. Well, no, I normally say thank you, cameraman, whenever there's like a butt shot or something. But I mean, a shot of Samus's face is just as good, so thank you, cameraman. I will accept this. I will accept this offering. Whoop. Trying to collect 9 keys. Is that the Sky Sanctuary? That sounds like last area. Like last area nonsense. I'm also trying to remember what the ending of Echoes was because I definitely beat Echoes like once. But I don't know how it ended. Like what happened? Like, it's really easy for me to remember what happened at the end of Metroid Prime 1 because, I don't know, like what ending could there have been? It's kind of like every single Metroid game where, Samus gets on the ship, looks at the exploring planet, and then salutes and leaves. Ow. He hit me. Ma, he hit me. Okay. After you finish Sanctuary Fortress? Okay. Anyways. Can't access the door past there just yet, so I leave. I don't think I would be able to cross this ravine with rocket jumping. I would have to do some tweaks to the rocket jumps and hope that it doesn't send me to the dang moon. It was really nice to come back home and just like not feel dead for once after biking up an entire mountain on my way home from work. And it gave me the idea to install this one particular mod for Devil May Cry 5 that I kind of really want to do. Temple Grounds, I need to go to Temple Grounds. But I tried for about an hour before stream start, and that was actually what I was originally planning to stream today. But I don't know, something about that particular mod just didn't work. So it's like, oh, I guess I'm not playing that mod until I figure out how mods work. I don't think I've ever modded Devil May Cry 5 before, even though I have like nearly 180 hours into it. Have I used a trainer on it? I have the DMC5 trainer, but I don't have memory of using it. So that was why my hard drive was trying to shatter my desk earlier in the stream before I forced Steam to put a pause to that. Like, escape sequence, dark side mystery, escape thumbs. All right, yeah. I don't remember that. So. Oh, come on. Wipe the last like 10 shots that I threw out at these guys out of your memory. Like they didn't happen. Are these considered Dark World guys? I think they are, because they are affected by the Dark World goop. So, I was testing. I was running mathematics. I was doing the simulations, only to realize that I had the wrong parameters set. Bollocks. Absolute travesty. Where was I gonna go? Yeah, I had to go and talk had to talk to the moth guy. I'm pretty sure I'm talking to the moth guy at least. If not, then it doesn't hurt to go and talk to him. What did the Emperor Ing look like? I know that he must have looked cool because I do like Eldritch weird tentacle designs. Like if I ever get any sort of like representation for me on stream that isn't like a webcam, then it would probably just be like a floating eyeball. Pathway to Torvus. Torvus Bog? Yeah, it sounds about right. I did say that I want to hear the Torvus Bog music because Torvus Bog music absolutely is a really good banger. And navigated through that sentence without swearing. All right, cool. I'm getting better. I'm improving my diction. But yeah, okay, cool. I can talk to dude. He's lonely. Me too. But I thank you for restoring energy to the timpani of... Your valor honors the Luminoth, those who have passed and those who remain here under my protection as they sleep in deep... They're not dead? What? Be on guard, for the Ing do not suffer defeat lightly. They will surely seek revenge for your actions. With the energy lost from the desert region, they will increase their efforts in other lands. I have detected unusual amounts of Ing activity in the Torva sector. The enemy is on the move. The swamplands of Torvis are treacherous and can hinder you considerably. Bear this in mind as you move through the bog. Seek the Temple of Torvis. Bearer, seek, bearer, seek. No! Dark Souls, get out of my head! No! More knowledge awaits you there. May the light of ether serve you well. Oh wait, I said ether every single time. I didn't switch up the pronunciation. Darn it. I'm a fool. A clown. I couldn't honk, sadly, unfortunately. I'm not that high level of a clown. Emperor Ing is basically just agreeing. That sounds about that sounds about right. That sounds par for the course for a lot of what I have experienced thus far. What I have expected and remembered. Oh wait, I have to have, yeah, okay. It's not matching, it's opposites. Dude, I have so many noisemakers. Hang on. Let me I have I have my clown horn. I have the what do you call them, the party thingies, the holy moly, this party thingy is out of tune. Hang on. What the throw it away. Satan lives in that one. What about this one? All right, there we go. That one sounds about right. I have a kalimba. No, wait. Yeah. I can sometimes remember how to play certain Zelda songs on it. I have... What the hell is this? What is this? What do I have? What are you? You're an empty box with an empty bag. What the... Why are you in my desk? I have what is I know what this is. This is a harmonica. I have depression, crippling depression, and 30 other undiagnosed mental illnesses. I have a Jew harp. See, can I play it? I should be able to play it, if I remember how. And it actually is called a Jew harp. So, oh, it is tarnished. No, it's not a cheap harp. It's like one of those harps that you would like put into your mouth, and then it has the boing 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 sort of noise to it. I don't know. It's a weird, funny noisemaker thingy. Some people try to pass it off as a legitimate instrument, but it might as well be a cheap piece of shit. that has some sort of noise-making metal in it. Multiple copies of my birth certificate. My passport so that I can flee the country legally. My kazoo! Do you have a penny whistle? I don't think I have a penny whistle. No, wait, I know how to play a kazoo. You just hum into it. What am I doing? Why was I trying to blow into the kazoo? Am I stupid? Am I losing brain cells as I speak? Did I have any to begin with? I had a song that I wanted to sing. What was it that I wanted to? Yeah, I have a kazoo. Just have that lying around. What else do I have in here? What? Holy hell, what do I have in here? I have so many noisemakers that I have forgotten that I have half of them. Oh yeah, and my recorder. I never learned how to play this thing, so, here goes. Yeah, something like that. There you go. I think that's all the noisemakers that I have in my desk. That I have within arm's reach. That I have easily accessible. Is that all of them? No. No, I have more. I have more in my own domicile. They're just, I would just have to get up from my seat in order to go and get them, so. Back into the box they go. Glimbo, there you go. Clown horn, there you go. I love the clown horn, though. Clown horn... Clown horn will hold a special spot in my heart because that thing is fucking loud. Like, it also has like a loop that you can put on the front of your so that you can attach it to the front of your bicycle. So I could absolutely be running around town with my bicycle and a clown horn. I never learned how to play this. Yeah. It was so hard trying to play the recorder the first time around because you have to use so little air whenever you play a recorder, but every time that I heard it, or every time that I would hear me playing it, it's like I would just laugh, and that's a huge puff of air straight into the recorder, so it sounded like every single time that I tried to play it. And hopefully the mouse doesn't come for me. Like, hopefully this stream doesn't end with the ninjas busting down my door and telling me that I owe the House of Mouse like 4 billion and like 3 stars worth of copyright property monies. If the stream ends suddenly, then you didn't hear it from me. Okay, my doors are locked. And surely, certainly, my dog would let me know if there are any intruders coming about, right? He wouldn't just completely ignore them, right? Dog on my bed, sleeping and lounging about, dreaming of whatever it is that doggies dream of. You wouldn't do me in like that, would you, buddy? Absolutely not. He a homie for real. With a rat mafia, I don't know. I I played about, I don't know, 2 relevant notes of a Disney song. I put tra-la-la-la, don't be scared, you've got the move prepared into a kazoo and loaded it out and shot it into the world somewhere. So, I don't know. The mouse might be sending a hit team after me. Who knows? I'm looking over my shoulder for the next few weeks. Let's see. Here it is. Okay. Most certainly ignore them. Yeah, that sounds about right. We know our dog. we know what our dog do. I don't know. I think I might be let off with a warning because I'm not monetized. I did not monetize my use of the mouse songs. Darn. Okay. You know, I would probably be able to skip this. Skip this escort the train if I... Well, no. It probably has repercussions in the light world, so... No, never mind. Dang it. I would have to still do it. Never mind. Where am I going? What am I doing? What? I know what I'm doing, I think. I might, possibly, perhaps. I need to stop making that noise. I need to stop going, every time that I'm thinking. I need to stop making that noise. It sounds awful. It sounds stupid. Like, I'm aware that I'm a caveman and all, but... Good lord. Sweet Winchester in the sky. Please have mercy upon me. No, wait. I still... Gosh gee willikers. I have thought in advance a little bit. I am not cooking. Darn it. I'm getting puzzled on. Cease. See, this one should be the last one that I activate. Then I can activate the 2 far ones. No! Your next word is going to be issue. No! No! It's an actual skill issue. No. No. Oh no. Yeah. And now I am wrong and bad again. Darn it. And my health is draining at a unsettling pace. Oh, where do I go then? Do I go? No, I go here first. And then I can activate this one, right? Right. And then I can activate this one. Okay. I have succeeded in puzzling. I beat Outer Wilds. I know how to puzzle. I know how to think and use my brain sometimes. I love Outer Wilds. One of the best games ever created. Love it. Alright, onward and upward. Or upward and onward, as it were. Oh yeah, railgun segment! Yay! The free whole bunch of little dudes that it gives you to replenish your health with. Because you just got through spending most of your health to the dark world and the evil packing peanuts that comes with it. And then we ride the thing in the light world? No? Ow. Ow. Imagine if I were just able to rocket jump over them. Oh no, he has a grenade launcher. They're upping their equipment. Advancing in the science tree. Push me. Hang on. That feels like there's speedrun tech there. If not speedrun, then just like normal movement tech. Oh yeah, I know I didn't say it earlier, but thanks for following Fimos, my dude. Fimos? Fimos? Femus? Femus? Fetus? I appreciate it. Oh, I'm going to the bog. Down to the bog. I love how Samus like snaps towards the bottom of the elevator, like she's surprised that it's coming to an end. Alright, Torvus Bog, you were one of my favorite soundtracks in the Metroid Prime series. And I have you still on a playlist somewhere. Or there's some remix of the Torvus Bog mix on one of my playlists somewhere. I'm almost about to die. Okay. Fimos, gotcha. Fimos. Internet names are weird. They have no spelling guide. Or no pronunciation guide, rather. They're already spelled right there. They're spelled. Like, for instance, I have my own name set as Tilfin, but I forgot that the Y is also used as a way to have a long I sound in names. So it's like, all right, cool, Tilfin, that's easy to say. I can have that set as my name and it will be really easy and everybody knows how to say Tilfin. Hey, Tilefin. God. Bollocks. I swear by Winchester. Especially because, like, the name Tyler exists. It's like, why didn't I think that people would just, like, not do that? Why did I think that people just, like, wouldn't say Tilefin instead? An abbreviation of the games? That sounds like a very long title. What sort of games are they? Tell me. I must know this. I must acquire additional knowledge. I seek, and I will find. I will go to your house and grab you in the dead of night and say, what's the abbreviation for, huh? Bridge online, cool. I don't have to fight them, so I'm not gonna. Normally I say, if you can, you should. In this instance, I'm absolutely not. In this case, I have to, I think. Oh look, it's the not Sheegoth dudes. Pokemon, Hollow Knight, Yu-Gi-Oh! Metroid, Ori and the Blind Forest and Zelda. Good, solid choices, my dude. I was actually surprised to hear that there was like a an officially held Pokemon League here in my town. And I thought, wait, we have Pokemon League? We have Pokemon Leagues out here in the boonies? What? No way. People know what Pokemons are? Back in my day, we had at least 0 people knowing about them. I remember doing the Hollow Knight Path of Pain a while ago, and I remember having a lot of fun with all the movement stuff in Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight, real solid, real good. Let's see, I played Pokemon Violet. And I had fun with Violet and all 13 of the frames that it gave me. Did I actually break that? What? Oh, okay. But alright, question. Which Zelda game has the best Ganondorf? That's an important question to me. Because I am a big, huge Ganondorf fan. Ganondorf is my husband, and I love him dearly. And I actually have art from a friend of me sharing a bed and getting a rose from Ganondorf back whenever I was in high school, because I have always loved Ganondorf. Violet is not the only Pokemon game that I have played. It is just the most recent one. I have played all of them except for... Well, I've at least played all the generations except for Sun and Moon, which includes Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, I believe. Like, I didn't play that one, and that arguably would have been my favorite. Twilight Princess, Tears of the Kingdom, solid answers. Tears of the Kingdom definitely did a lot of good for the Ganondorf image. My favorite is almost definitely the Wind Waker Ganondorf, because he is always it's like somber and morose, and there's like a lot. There's actually like a good bit to Ganondorf in Wind Waker. Like, you see him more times than just whenever he's first introduced and like at the end, and I really liked that. The particular fight is also like really cool. Like, the Wind Waker fight ends insanely cool. Love the way that Wind Waker ended. Missing out on the Alola region? Yeah, I know. I'm missing out more on like the Alolan Ninetales, I think. Because Alolan Ninetales is a cool looking ice Pokemon. And ice Pokemon don't get nearly enough love. But I might... Ooh. I might play a next gen mod for Gale of Darkness, which balances the game to include like the fairy typing, but it's like all the Gen 3 Pokemon, and all the Pokemon were rebalanced for competitive. So like Blaziken gets speed boost and Brave Bird and all that. But Wind Waker, the game itself is really boring moving across the map for the most part. And I didn't play the HD collection. I didn't play the HD version on the Wii U. And from what I know, the HD version did a lot to help with it was like, yeah, biased because of the controls. Yeah, sounds about right. From what I know, the HD version on the Wii U gave like the Swift Sail, and that in and of itself is incredibly good because it's fucky. It's fucky if you don't got it. Where am I going? What am I doing? Where am I going? I'm going in circles talking to myself. This is why I'm super okay with just like putting down the controller and just talking my ears off, my own ear off. There we go. There's the entrance. I can see now. I can see this. Oh no. Okay. Avoided the tentacle monster. Enter portal. Fine then. Wait, what? What do you... Game? That's nowhere near where I need to be. Hint system off. This hint system off, dude. If you're gonna backseat me, at least backseat me correctly, video game. Was the Swift Sail in the original version? I think in the HD version of Wind Waker, like, you just got the Swift Sail. Like, they just gave you the Swift Sail as soon as it came out. Or you had to like talk to a dude. Oh, you had to bid for it. Okay. Gotta bid for it. At least it was like really easy to find, I think. Something like that. I don't know, I just remember like you always had the Swift Sail. Where am I going? Where am I going? I asked for the umpteenth time in the Metroidvania game. Balls. Bitch. Give me that missile expansion. Swift Sail wasn't in the original, was it? I remember there was a... Yeah, okay. I remember there was a... the Tingle Tuner. I remember that side quest being in the game. That series of stuff in the game. And I remember... I remember having like a bit of fun with being able to buy bombs. And there was like a whole quest where you had to like go out and find Tingle's brothers and stuff that was only accessible if you had a Game Boy Advance and a link cable, which who in the Sam Hill knew where those were? I was fortunately the only person in like my town that had a link cable. Well, I say fortunately, but that just means that I had a link cable. Where am I going? Can I bomb that? Can I bomb you? Nope. Alright, cool. Oh boy. Space pirate attack. Dudes with the jetpacks have significantly more health. But Wind Waker as a whole might not be my favorite Zelda game. That's probably Twilight Princess or Majora's Mask. It's one of the two. But Wind Waker definitely has my favorite Ganondorf. Oh shit. Are they gone? Are we? Are we? Hello? What? Okay. Are we all right? Are we good? I managed to give the rat the slip, I think. They'll never expect me. Back in my own room, once again. Sitting at my computer. And my dog is completely at peace. We knew this would happen. But oh well. He's cute, so. Nacho? Yeah. Come here, boy. Sit. Turn. Up. Up. That's speak, not up. Down. All right. Good enough. I'll take it. Right. Well then, it's time to end the next time I get to a safe station. Next time I get to a save station, then I'll get out, because it's looking like the rat is after me and I need to go into hiding and book tickets to Jamaica to throw them off to my real trip to Zimbabwe. It's a whole operation. Oh yeah. Maybe if I throw clown horns at them again, they'll leave me alone for a bit longer next time, just in case it happens. But we gotta book it to a save station, and by book it I mean leisurely stroll over to the nearest save station as I rapidly look towards my door that I definitely have locked. I promise I have locked it. Automated message initiated. A great warrior comes to the temple of... Okay, that was just my dog. Comes to the temple of Torvis. May you succeed where I failed. I am Avok. Is he about to sell me makeup? Damn it. I made a joke. It was a bad joke. The last sentinel of this temple. Heed my words carefully. As you can see, this temple has been crippled by the ravages of war. While the main chamber has been mostly preserved, the remainder of the temple has been flooded. You know, as they do in bogs. You must use your abilities to venture into these flooded areas and find the keys you need to enter the Dark Temple. The waters are dark ether, are foul and venomous. Avoid them if you can't. Dark Souls, Dark Souls, Dark Souls. We can't leave Dark Souls. We can't leave the poison swamps. They come forever. That's the 7th Dark Souls joke and references. No! Get out of my head! I have updated your translator module. Green. The Ing will seek your light. That's actually a really good Destiny 2 song. Seek your light. That's a fantastic song. The time for talk is over. Good hunting, and may the light of ether guide. Ether. No, wait. The Goofy noise. If I mimic Goofy, then the rat's gonna come after me. I said his name like twice. If I say it a third time, then it actually will like summon some creature from my mirrors. I'm in permanent fear. Dark Souls calling my name. It's more like Elden Ring that's calling my name, because I haven't finished Elden Ring. I got to the castle with the that was in a tornado, and I got to that boss and I thought, I'm tired. Like I was tired. Like I realized that I had been playing Dark Souls styles games for close to, like, I don't know, 7 years at that point, and they were like some of my most played games, and it was like it was just all the games that I played, and I'm tired. There's a super missile thingy there. There's a super missile door around here. I can get into that door. It goes to an elevator. Where does this elevator go? It had better lead to a safe station. It does not lead to a safe station. It does not go to a save station. I think I need to go back up. What is it, Nacho? This room feels oddly familiar. What is it, Nacho? What is it? Yes, Nacho. There it is. There's a save station. Right. I promise. It's about time. I gotta go. I gotta flee the country. Thanks for coming by, everyone. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for stopping. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it a lot. I appreciate it bunches. Around the same time tomorrow, 10 a.m. EST, 11 p.m. JST, 9 a.m. Mountain Time. Who lives in Mountain Time? It's... What's in Mountain Time? Like the Midwest? Montana? North and South Dakota? Who lives there? That's all mountains. I say as I live on a mountain. Oh, you do? Oh, you're not a real person. Sorry. But thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. I appreciate being able to live free from the oppression of the rat.